Today's podcast is brought to you by ourcitycoffee.com. Timmy.
Our City Coffee, the coffee brand that we actually created here in Los Angeles. So Our City Coffee Los Angeles, we sell bags of beans online that gives back directly to the community.
Use the code BS right now at ourcitycoffee.com for 15% off the best damn coffee you've ever had. Today on the podcast, Timothy, we welcome in Mr. Scott Mathison to the studio.
Part one of a series of podcasts we're going to be doing with fitness influencers and different brands that are going to be at the Fit Expo coming up.
Leading up to our January 27th Fit Expo live podcast. Mike Rashid, Corey Caillet, Pat and Tim Curran. Let's go. So we met Scott, 3 years ago? Is that what we decided?
About 3 years ago, down in Santa Monica on the beach.
On Santa Monica on the beach.
Where he started basically from the bottom.
He was just starting his Instagram, and now he's at 333,000 followers on Instagram, which has become a business. So he does act as well, does acting, fitness, works with brands. Really super smart dude. We talk about how brands can stand out at an expo, some really engaging, cool things that we've seen in the past, and how he went from that 6K to 333,000 followers. Today we get some podcast gains. Young Timmy, enjoy the episode.
We are live.
Ladies and gentlemen, Scott Mathison. What's up, dude?
What's up, guys?
So when we met old Scotty Mathison, I believe
3 years ago?
Yeah, I think I met you on the beach in Santa Monica or something like that, like working out.
That's true.
You were deep in the calisthenics game.
Yeah.
They used to do like the Sunday meetups.
Yeah, every Sunday.
You were like the captain. You were like running the show down there.
I wasn't the captain.
You really kind of were, though.
No.
Maybe not in your sense, but everyone was like, "Oh my God, there's Scott."
Yeah. Just wait till Scott gets here. Then you're gonna see some real moves.
Then yeah, right? For real though.
Yeah.
There'd be like a couple of guys that were not good at all. Or at least like younger people trying, and then you'd like Scott and I remember Brendan Myers would go up there and a couple other people. Anyhow.
It was the fun old days. I remember that. That's like where
that was fun.
Like I learned a lot about fitness back then and just a lot about social media in general.
Yeah. Well, you only had we are at like 330 or something now, 1,000 followers on Instagram. I don't know other platforms.
Yeah, not as like Instagram's my main platform.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I think at that time you were at like 6.
Yeah.
That's when I started. Like when I went down to the beach, like I didn't even have Instagram originally. I literally got Instagram from going to the beach and people being like, "Oh, hey, let's stay in touch. What's your Instagram?" And I was like, I don't have Instagram.
What's that?
I don't have Instagram.
I like knew what it was, but I didn't have it.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So we probably met you like right then. You had like 6,000 followers.
Yeah.
Now you have
Interesting.
370 or whatever you'd have.
No, I think it's 330.
330. Yeah, 330ish. I saw the other day.
But in 2.5 years, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Pretty solid.
And I think you were working in accounting
Yeah,
still?
I used to work for a CPA firm in Northern California.
Yeah.
Working in accounting, doing auditing and taxes and lots of fun stuff.
Yeah, give your quick background though.
Quick background. So finished college down at UC Santa Cruz. I had a business/accounting degree. And basically worked for 3 different accounting firms in Northern California. My dad's an accountant, so I think I kind of followed in those footsteps.
Yeah.
I didn't really know what I wanted to do. And then I just, like taxes are great, don't get me wrong, but I just didn't like sitting there every day crunching numbers. And I just felt like I was supposed to do something else or that I wanted to do something else.
You're a guy who moves.
Yeah, well, I think I'm sure there's some people that enjoy doing taxes or desk work. I just don't. And so I just wanted to try something else. So I literally took like a month and just really thought about what I would want to do if I wasn't doing taxes or sitting all day. And at the time, even now, I really liked movies.
Okay.
Which probably sounds very general. But I just thought that I wanted to be around movies. I thought if I, obviously being an actor would be amazing is what I thought back then. But even if I wasn't an actor, maybe I could do accounting for movies. Maybe I could be something on set. I don't know. I thought if I just was working full-time around movies, maybe that would be cool and I'd be happy.
That's a cool way to think.
Yeah. I just thought I'd try it. So I got an acting class that day. I ended up quitting my accounting job that day. Like I just walked in, told my boss, I was like, "Hey, I can't do this anymore." He's like, "Oh, like, is that return too hard? Like you can't do it?" I'm like, "No, like I can't do this anymore." So I quit. Continued with acting class and kind of started doing short films and stuff like that, and then realized that if I was going to like really pursue that seriously, I'd have to move to LA. So I moved here, and this whole time I'd always go to the gym kind of in the background. It was like my release, kind of like my meditation. People always talk about meditating or needing something. Like the gym for that. The gym is that for me. So when I moved down here, I started going to the beach like we just talked about, and the combination of learning calisthenics on the beach, still going to the gym, and then when I found Instagram and just kind of started posting what I was doing, that's when everything kind of changed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you weren't making money when you moved down here, you didn't have a job per se.
I actually got a job.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah. So I used to work for this luxury or outdoor luxury furniture company.
Okay.
So they hired me on as their VP of operations. So I basically, at the time, thought I'd be kind of just overseeing, the operations of the business, which is similar to accounting in that, in accounting, you're really seeing the numbers of the business. But what it really turned into was transport. They would have a lot of things made in Malaysia and Indonesia. And so I ended up overseeing all of the transport via cargo ship to like the Port of Long Beach, and then, setting up trucks to take everything from Port of Long Beach to our warehouse. And it was just like, I had no idea what I was doing. There was no training, and I was working like
no training.
Yeah. I'd get to the office like 7, work till like, 6 or 7, and then leave the office, go to the gym real fast. And then I'd like try to go to Tempest free running, which is like, a free running gym. So I could learn more tricks. So I literally get up, work all day, work out, and then go work on like calisthenics stuff, and then go to sleep, get up, do it again.
Yeah. So you had that then. So that's good. So you had money.
I did, but I was working all the time.
Yeah.
It was like super grind.
When did you decide, like, I know you're still doing acting.
Yeah.
When did you decide though, like, let me try to not have this job and do fitness and acting? And
that was more of something that just fell into place. Because like I said, I was working Monday through Friday all day, and then working out at night. And then, Sunday, like you guys mentioned, I'd go down to the beach and just have fun basically. And we'd be filming that. And as we were filming that, I was posting that, my Instagram started growing, and I kind of started seeing that. And it was when businesses started reaching out to me saying like, hey, can you wear this shirt or take these supplements and post them on your Instagram and we'll pay you this? And I was like, what? Like, you gonna pay me to use this? Like, okay, awesome. And then I started meeting other people that had much higher followings than I did. And I was seeing, that they were actually making money and treating it more like a business, so to speak. I mean, it was still fun, but they're taking it more seriously. Yeah. And so when I realized, as my following grew and the offers got bigger, I realized that I could basically stop working and just use Instagram for income. And then at that point, I started taking it more seriously and really thought about, okay, if I was going to do this, like, how am I going to make my Instagram better? How am I going to actually, make it so that I'm making reliable income every month from this?
For sure.
Yeah.
So when the first offer comes through and it's, it's probably something low because it's probably early, and you're like, oh my God, someone's going to pay me a couple $100 to do something.
Yeah. Well, the first offer was just, product, which was still cool.
Yeah.
I mean, when you get these for free, you're like, sick.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Like even just a t-shirt, like I got a t-shirt. This is awesome. I'm going to wear
I'll post it.
I'm going to wear the shit out of this. I'm going to thanks guys. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I was stoked on that. And then, when money comes in after that, eventually as my following grew, that was even cooler.
Yeah.
So,
how did you know? Or maybe you messed things up a couple of times where like maybe somebody with a bigger following told you, dude, you can't do that for $5 or whatever it was.
That's exactly what happened. People were like, what are you doing? I'm like, I don't know.
How did you even know? Were you telling people like, all right, hey bud, this is what I'm getting paid. This company wants to do this. And
no, not so much. It was more just like through organic conversation.
Gotcha.
Like, oh, hey, I see you're working with this brand. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, I worked with them. Like, I hope they're treating you right, or I hope you're, getting compensated well enough. Not in a greedy way, just making sure that, I think social media can be, if you're new to it, can be dangerous in that you can easily be taken advantage of if you don't know your worth.
Sure.
So, yeah.
And so other people just helped you figure that out.
Yeah. Just at the beginning, yes, I'd get guidance from different people. And then like you were saying, after I started getting that guidance, I would then start asking people like, hey, like, I know you told me about this. What do you think about that? Or does this sound good? Or how should I, approach this? Or especially when contracts started getting involved, because like unless you're like a legal contract person, those can be tricky as well.
Sure.
So, yeah.
Sure. When you sign, like, how many brands do you have contracts with now?
I don't think I'm actually fully signed with anybody at the moment.
You just do like one-offs or campaigns or something?
Typically, yes. One-offs, deal, like specific brand deals, or a certain amount of post deals.
Gotcha.
So,
do you reach out to any brands yourself?
Not often. Sometimes I do, like if there's brands that I think are really cool or ones that I want to work with, or if I have free time. Because sometimes too, like when you're working with numerous brands at one time, having to create really good content, that can just take a lot of time.
Hell yeah.
And then just being honest, if you reach out to a company that you like and then you tell them, oh yeah, can I work with this product or can I work with you? And they're like, yeah, for sure. And you get everything set up, then you don't have any time to shoot any good content for them. You're like, crap. So you don't want to burn a bridge either.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
When you, why don't you do more of the reaching out though? Is it just a time thing?
Just for me right now, it's just a time thing. I just time wise, I get booked in advance quite a bit, especially with travel.
Yeah.
And because of that, there's certain brands I would like to work with in the future when I do have time.
What I was gonna say, what does like the time thing? What does a daily routine look like?
A day in the life of Scott Mathison.
A day to day.
Let's see, day to day. Typically get up in the morning, obviously make breakfast, unless I'm intermittent fasting to get extra shreddy.
Nice. Extra shreddy.
Extra shreddy.
Yeah, extra shreddy. Depending on what work I have coming up, if there's a shoot or whatnot, sometimes I'll intermittent fast to chop extra little bit of weight off. Usually go to the gym in the morning unless I have a shoot right away, or if I have a shoot that day. If I do have a shoot that day that requires me to be athletic or move around, I typically will not work out because I don't want to be tired after the shoot.
Yeah.
But yeah, typically get up, work out. I will usually have planned out what I'm going to post at least the night before, if not even more time before. So when I'm eating my breakfast, I'm usually posting. For me, good posting hours for like pictures is usually around 9 a.m. And then
is that based on analytics?
No,
no, you just say fuck it. This is my thing.
I wouldn't say I don't want to say fuck. I'm not saying the analytics are wrong.
Okay.
But when you're posting and you're seeing the results, whether that's likes, comments, or engagement, that speaks for themselves. So if my insights and my analytics are telling me the best time to post is 12, but I'm getting the best engagement at 9, then I'm going to post at 9.
Yeah, it's interesting, right?
Yeah, so I just find for me, typically around 9 is really good. So I'll usually post in the morning, go to the gym, and then the day before I will usually have planned out what I'm going to shoot that day as well.
Okay.
So while I'm at it gets complicated. So let's say, so my home gym is Gold's Gym in Venice, where I typically train. Let's say I want to film some stuff in Venice. So I'll either contact a videographer or photographer, or I'll train with my roommate Ryan, and we will plan to go to Gold's to film some stuff. So if I'm going to go film there, then I'll typically we'll go there, film, and then I'll usually work out there after we film. And then usually go home, edit, etc., plan the next day.
Yeah.
On work days / shoot days, that can be totally different. For example, let's say like I just did an Under Armour shoot last week. So the shoot was down in Long Beach. I think we started at like 6 a.m. because they wanted like some early morning light. So I was up at like 4, getting everything ready, going down there, on set a little early. So we started shooting by I think 6:30, and then those shoots will be a bit grueling just because you're training on camera all day, which looks really fun. But if you think about it, getting one, you never get the shots you want the first shot. So you'll do the same movement 4, 5, 6, 10 times sometimes, and you're doing a whole workout. So throughout the course of the day, you just get exhausted. It's super fun, but it's work.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And so at the end of that day, if I'm not too exhausted, I would typically still go to the gym.
Really? You don't use that as your workout?
I do, but like for me, I'm actually naturally a very skinny person. So if I don't lift weights, I will lose size.
Yeah.
So for me, it's always kind of a battle of staying lean, but having a little bit of muscle on me as well. So if I don't lift weight almost every day, I will shrink a little bit. So to keep my physique, I have to lift weights almost every day.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
So the Under Armour stuff, I assume that's from an agent or agency, or how does that work?
That particular shoot last week, they reached out to me.
Directly through your Instagram?
Yeah.
Oh. Huh.
Well, let me rephrase that. They're like Under Armour will have like a marketing agency that they're using for whatever campaign they're doing.
Right.
And so that company they hired reached out to me and was like, hey, Under Armour is doing this. Would you like to work with them on it? I was like, yes.
Hell yeah.
So, it's actually really cool. They actually brought me, my friend Mike, and Ryan into the same shoot, but they didn't tell us. And I'm assuming they knew we were friends. I don't know if they did. So like we all showed up to the fitting and we're like, what's up? Like, what's up? What? Like, we're all in the same shoot.
Like I gotta go on a shoot tomorrow.
And Ryan's my roommate. So you know what I mean?
So
like
funny.
I'm like, I think he was like at the gym when so I left from our house. He left from the gym and we both ended up at the fitting. And I'm like, what?
You guys didn't talk about it the day before? That's so funny.
I think we did, but we didn't. I was like, oh, what are you doing tomorrow? He's like, oh, I have a fitting. I'm like, oh, I have a fitting too. Okay, cool. But we didn't actually like correlate that we have the same fitting.
That's so funny.
That's awesome.
So when you typically get those, then do you work out the deals yourself, or do you go back to some other agency? Because they're going to say, here's what we're going to pay you. We're going to use your likeness for X number, blah, blah, blah.
Currently, I do most of the negotiating and contract work myself. If I have any weird contract questions, I have a lawyer that I can contact and ask questions for, and I have some other people that are really good at brand deals.
Yeah.
Typically, I do most of it on my own. Going forward, I'm probably going to have to bring on a manager just as the contracts get bigger and the stipulations get more tricky. It's just, you know.
You want to cover your back?
Yeah. I mean, I only know so much, and exactly, it's true. I want to make sure that I'm not making a mistake, and especially like you guys mentioned earlier too, if you're working with different brands, you have to make sure none of them conflict either.
Right.
So
that makes sense.
Like within the contract.
Did you?
Specifics?
Was it like you strategize like, oh, I'm not going to have a manager, I'm not going to have an agent right now, I can do it on my own, or was
it's just I haven't found one that I want to work with yet. I have an agent, like a talent agent, that helps me with acting and that helps me with my commercial work. But that's not tied to my Instagram. That's like just me as like a actor or model.
Why does everyone hate calling themselves a model?
Oh, I say because I'm not very good at it. Like,
yeah.
Some people can go in front of the camera, model wide, and they're just like me. Like for one photo you see of me like on Instagram, I probably took 100 to get. I'm dead serious.
Yeah.
Because I have very squinty eyes. Like I'll squint too much, or like I'm looking the wrong way, or like my body's going this way, my face is like I don't know. Like yeah. So I'm not natural at modeling. So yeah.
We had my dude Davey. I was talking about. You know Davey.
Yeah.
Ish.
He's good. So he's a good model. There you go.
Sure.
Good
But
example.
he like
good.
doesn't like to be called model either. He's like, I forget what wording he had, but he's like, I don't like to be called it, but like.
He also said the same thing. Like he gets like one, like he laughs a lot, which is probably like a nervous type of thing. So he said like you get like 1 second of him and then he laughs. So you got to keep doing it.
I can show it to you. It's on my phone. You'll see like there'll be like. You can just scroll through. It's like it looks like the same picture, and there'll be like hundreds of them.
Yeah,
but it's a little bit different between each one. You got to find the perfect one.
Right.
But yeah, I do the same. So I just say model because I feel like I'm just not a very good model. So
gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's. Well, do you see anything with the crossover? So, a lot of movies want influencers like yourself to not only promote it but go to like the red carpets and premieres and stuff like that. Do you have any crossover with that? Do you find any benefit?
Yeah, definitely. One of my friends was reached out to work. Or to do a crossover type thing with the new Hellfest movie. It came out, I think, back in October. It's kind of like a scary movie. So it was cool. And so what they did was they invited her, and then she mentioned me, so I got to go as well, to Six Flags. And they had a whole like Hellfest, like one of those scary houses that you go into where they have people jumping out at you, trying to freak you out. So we got to go there, and they wanted us to kind of... those houses typically, like they'll be just full of people that are just kind of like cycling through. For us, they closed the whole thing down, so we got to go in by ourselves and kind of like film it, create content, and kind of film the whole experience and then post it. So yeah, to answer your question, that was cool. But
so that did you get paid too, or she got paid by you? Okay.
Both.
Yeah, I don't know why that'll happen. I'm sure a bunch more.
Yeah.
Even though it's a fairly new concept, but I don't know why they don't do more of that.
I mean, I still want to work in TV and film. I do some small roles on like, Days of Our Lives and Young and the Restless, which are soap operas. Yeah. But I still want to work in that realm, which is one of those things where I get pulled into so much fitness. It's hard to like allocate enough of my time over to acting as well. Yeah. So.
Go ahead. Were you saying something?
No.
I always cut Timmy off. He gives me shit.
Always.
God damn it.
Dude, not only in the podcast, but in last
life,
30 years.
But in life. But in life.
That's some big bro shit.
This is actually a reoccurring thing.
Yeah.
We've been going to therapy.
Can we talk about that? Right.
That's actually why we brought you in. Can you help us?
Yeah.
I think part of it is too, I face you, so I don't see if he's got something. So
he doesn't see my hand up.
Yeah.
I'm next.
You like to talk?
I'm next.
Timmy, raise your hand if you got something to say.
What is it, Tim? What do you want?
I need one of those game show things where it lights up, where I'm like, I tap it and I'm like, I have something to say.
That would be genius. That would
be. Like you're going to ask me a question, it's like, bing. Oh, Tim, take it.
The floor is yours.
Yeah.
Now I totally forgot what I was going to ask you about that.
So when you did that thing for the movie,
did
you involve your agent manager or
no,
because it was a social play?
So with those, when I signed with my I took 2 agents. When I signed with both of them, we had a separate deal where kind of my social media is my own. They don't specialize in social media.
Gotcha.
So I just kind of told them like,
they know it's 2019.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I think they're working on it now. I didn't mean it in an insulting way. I just meant when I started with them, like one was very like model based. Like I would be going out for model type jobs. I'd show up to auditions, which is like a whole different story.
Yeah.
Which is fine. And then my other agent was kind of like a more sports and, athlete type of agency or movement type agency. So yeah.
And with those, you just pay them a percentage of what.
Yeah,
Or they take a cut.
Yeah,
do they
10%? I think. Or
do
15%.
they pay the agency then and pay you out? Or no?
Yes, they typically the jobs I book through my agency, they pay the agent, and then the agent pays me. Yeah,
Right on.
So that's got to take a minute probably to get to you.
it does. You don't get
Months,
paid. Yeah,
probably.
months.
Yeah.
Literally, I think
Yeah.
through the agency 3 or 4 months. But honestly, I get so many jobs on my own through Instagram, I don't mean to sound negative, but when you are working those agency type jobs, you typically have to go to an audition in LA. Here, that's just not
Really?
fun. Oh yeah. So you go in there and there's like at least 100 people waiting. They all look like you. You sit in there and
Wearing the same thing.
yeah,
as
wearing
you.
the same thing.
Yeah.
And then you go into the audition room and it'll be like, all right, look at the camera, profile. All right, thanks, bye. You're like, awesome. So you wait there for an hour. You go in and do that, and you
Drove
leave.
there for an
15
hour.
seconds.
Yeah. Whereas through Instagram, companies like, hey, will you do this? And how much will it cost? And I'm like, yes, it's
Boom.
this much. Boom, done.
Yeah. That's
it.
so much
Wow.
easier.
Yeah. So like, yeah.
So Instagram acts as like the casting. Almost,
Well, yeah,
essentially.
but I mean, like realistically, these days you can go on someone's Instagram and you can know everything about them. You can
Exactly.
see the
Sure.
personality, you can see what they look like, you can see. I mean, and it's not tricky where you see a picture and you're like, well, what do they really look like? You can see video, you can see them on their story
Yeah.
talking, you can see their athlete videos like running around flipping. I mean, you can literally get a full grasp, a 360 look at somebody. So I feel like it's not. You're not gonna like that person you see on Instagram. Probably gonna be the person that shows up, unless it's somebody who's only posting pictures, in which case it might be different. But,
Yeah, and they might not have a personality behind it.
yeah, but if,
Yeah.
yeah.
But I saw you did the one with the jacket.
Yes, that was actually a repost from like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it
year and
was.
a half ago, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
That video was so cool though.
That was really cool.
Thank you. Yeah.
But so that was a acting gig, or was that a?
That I actually got that through my friend. He came up to me and just asked me, he's like, "Hey, I'm working with this company. It's like a jacket company. Do you want to work on this video? It's super low budget. We can't pay you, but it'll be a fun video to make." Yeah, both. And
Okay.
this is a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
But it'll be super fun, and you can, he kind of told me that it would be a little more acting involved and do some fun, cool stuff. And I was like, yeah, it sounds great. Let's do it.
It was
So,
super cool.
That
Yeah.
was
But
definitely cool.
that's what I was going to ask you
Mission
though.
Impossible type thing.
Yeah, I was going to ask you though. Was that a play where you got an acting gig and then they paid you to post on your social? But obviously
No,
not.
on that one it was not. That was more of just it sounded like it was my friend. It sounded like a really cool project.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
I wanted to work on.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
realistically speaking, I think the reason I enjoy Instagram or social media so much is that I'm making little movies, so to speak. Like I got so involved with it originally because I like making short little movies. Whether even if I'm just doing some backflips, I like editing it, adding some music. Like I
course.
enjoy that process. So when someone like my friend came up to me and was like, "Hey, do you want to be in this?" commercial little mini film. I was like, yeah, let's do it. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, when it's something cool like that.
Yeah.
Well, can you talk about actually? So when we met you, we 6,000 followers ish. Now 300 plus thousand. Talk about how you started growing and like the strategy you took and like how you actually grew that base to where you can actually make that a business now.
I think what really helped me specifically was just video. I mean, at the end of the day, Instagram specifically is very entertainment based. People are just scrolling through, and so if they see something that's going to catch their attention, they'll stop and look at it, and if they like it, they'll probably follow whatever they just saw because they want to see more of it. So in my case, back when I started, I didn't have a strategy. I was just posting to post, but a lot of things I think that I was posting were entertaining videos because I was like backflipping or running and sprinting or doing explosive weird push-ups or whatever it was. But I think because they were just more entertained to watch is what helped me grow. And definitely across all social media platforms, video content is going to get the most followers because videos can be reposted. People will stop and watch videos, which creates more engagement. People are going to comment on videos. Pictures are great, but they only go so far. I mean, but the picture, you either like it or you don't. Maybe you comment on it. But a video is just much more interactive. So I think because I was posting primarily videos, that really helped me grow. And I realized that as I was growing, that it was that video content, or when I was posting videos, I was gaining more followers. So that's what I focused on doing more of, and that's really what I enjoyed doing anyway.
Yeah.
So I would just, and I do it to this day. I'll just whatever I'm currently working on. If I'm learning a new move, or if I have a cool idea that I could film, then I'll go film it,
Let's rock
post
it.
it, and that's what seems to get the most engagement.
You did that bird box jump into the friggin' box. Did you see that shit the other day?
I didn't see it.
A couple of days ago. I don't know. Dude, I was like, dude, this dude's going to kill himself. Although I'm sure you were like, you know.
So that was actually random thought. So I had just seen the movie right the day before that, literally.
Have you seen it?
No, I haven't.
It's a really stupid video.
It was really
It's
stupid.
so
I
That's
stupid.
what the consensus, but it's so popular.
Oh, the movie's cool. Sorry, no,
I thought it was
the
stupid.
movie's cool. My video's stupid.
Oh,
my video,
well,
my
I
video is
think
so
they're
stupid.
both stupid.
My video's so stupid. So, okay, real quick, just in case anybody's watching this hasn't seen the movie, it stars Sandra Bullock. It takes place, I think, present day, and basically there are these creatures, or actually they never actually explain what these things are. But I think they're creatures or demons or something, but they're invisible. You can't see them. Well, as a viewer of the movie, you can't see them, but people that are in the movie, I guess they see them, and when they do, all of a sudden they kind of go crazy and they kill themselves.
Okay.
So the whole world's dying. And the whole point of the movie is you can't look, because if you see these creatures, you're going to basically kill yourself.
Okay.
So the whole movie, everybody blindfolds themselves, and like you're basically wandering through the world, because if you can't see the creatures, then you're okay.
Okay.
So that's basically the premise of the movie. You can go watch it. But there's a whole bunch of videos that came up on Instagram where people are doing things blindfolded, because in the movie, Sandra Bullock's like walking around blindfolded, trying to get through her world.
Yeah.
So at the gym, my friend brought some blindfolds so we could take a funny bird box picture. I was like, dude, I'm going to put one of these blindfolds on, and I'm going to run through one of our workouts and just see what happens. And so he's like, all right, send it. So literally I was just trying to do box jumps blindfolded. Which was
God.
Dude, I know.
I was doing backflips. I didn't post the backflips, but I was doing backflips blindfolded. I was doing, what else was I doing? I was just doing everything blindfolded, and it was just funny. And, then we were doing boxing blindfolded too.
Oh, no.
And I actually punched my friend in the face really hard.
Jesus.
Because he was blindfolded too with his mitts. Anyway. So
I love it, but I hate it.
Up.
Yeah, pull it up.
I'm gonna do it right
watch it.
I love it, but I hate it. One, it's ridiculous, and you're lucky you probably didn't he jumps through the boxes when he's jumping. Like it's those felt ones or whatever.
I was trying to do a high box jump.
Yeah.
No. You got Rocky. Oh no!
But he jumps through it, which is great. If he'd have jumped on it or over it,
I tried. I couldn't see it. I tried. I just couldn't see where I was
dude,
going.
you could have broken arm or something.
It's like you're just drunk trying to work out.
I was when we started filming that, I was trying to do the workout, and then I was being very cautious, and my friend filming was like, dude, you gotta go full out, bro. I'm like,
yeah.
All right. So I was going full out, blindfolded. Yeah.
Oh my
dude,
God.
Cut that so we don't get this pulled off YouTube, bro.
Oh my
We got
God,
the
that's
Rocky
great.
theme going.
That is great.
But I also like how people like you, you'll always do stuff that's topical. Like that makes a ton of sense to people to do that. I'm sure it got tons of views.
That did okay. Yeah.
Yeah. You'll do the Santa stuff. You always do something topical, which I think makes sense. You're on top of what's going on in the world and getting conversation.
Yeah, I think I mean, it's one of those things where I definitely, as far as working on social media, if you're doing things that are topical, it's definitely going to help, because people are going to engage with that because it's current with whatever's going on. But just in general, like I said, like making little movies, and so it's just I think for me, when I see things that are happening, like whether it's a Santa video or it's Bird Box, it just, when I see Bird Box, it gives me ideas. You know what I mean? I'm thinking, this would be a funny video to make.
Yeah.
So it kind of goes hand in hand. I think it's fun to do it that way, and I think it definitely works well on social media.
Yeah. And I think you do a good job of standing out with it too, because how many you've seen a gazillion Bird Box somethings on Instagram now, so have I. But yours is different.
I hadn't seen any Bird Box fitness stuff yet.
No, I haven't either.
So that's why I did. I hadn't seen that yet. So,
but yeah, I liked it. I like how you do that and make it different and make it your own.
Thanks, Patrick.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that, man.
You're welcome. So Fit Expo coming up in a couple of weeks.
Yeah. The LA Fit Expo, the best one.
It is.
We've been to what? LA, Anaheim, Chicago,
San Jose. I think I saw you at San Jose.
You went to San Jose? I didn't go to San Jose.
I don't think I was there this year, but I was there last.
2 years ago, I think when we connected there.
San Jose.
I'm from there originally, so I used to go to that one all the time.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think. So what do they have? They have LA, Anaheim, San Diego now, San Jose, Chicago, Philadelphia now.
Fort Lauderdale?
Fort Lauderdale. I think that's it, right? 7?
I think that's.
Are they adding anything to it?
I don't know.
Okay. But LA's the biggest. You got about 100,000 people.
I mean, I'm biased because we live here. But
Yeah.
LA one's always fun, though. The vibes are awesome. LA vibes are always good because it's warm here.
Yep.
Warm weather creates good vibes.
Yeah. I think people are it's more of I'm used to the health and fitness type of thing in LA, and they want to just be a part of that, as opposed to maybe Chicago, which might not get as many people, or the vibe's a little bit different. But LA's the best for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah, I think so. of the I've been to.
Yeah. 3, 4, 4, 5.
I think all Fit Expo the vibes are awesome though, because everybody there is about fitness and everybody's there to have a good time.
Yeah, it's cool.
There's tons of brands there handing out, supplements and shirts. So it's just a cool energy and it's just fun, and you can just go hang out with like-minded people.
Definitely. How have you used like the expos?
Or any events, appearances.
Or any events like for your social or like stuff like that.
I really like the Fit Expo because you get to really see a lot of people that are, first of all, in the fitness industry, which is great. A lot of people will travel to these expos. So I think Patrick and I were talking about this earlier. On social media, Instagram specifically, you'll see a lot of people that you don't actually know in real life, so to speak. Like, you see them every day, you follow each other, you probably comment on each other's stuff, so you feel like you know that person, but you'd actually never met them in person. So these expos a lot of the time are a good place to meet those people. And even if you're not so much working, in social media, if you're just following on social media, a lot of these people that you're following are going to be at these expos. So it's a cool place to go see them, meet them, talk to them, ask them questions, collaborate, or do whatever. So it's another thing too, is these expos. It's a good place to like film fun videos too, because typically there will be like, weight setups, different gym setups. I know the World Calisthenics Organization has their bars there at almost every expo. So there's just tons of places to create content, have fun, hang out with cool people, and, learn cool stuff.
Do you see, and I don't know if you ever track this, but do you see your engagement go up when you're there? Because it's like, oh my God, he's at this big event and there's all this crazy stuff going on.
For sure. Especially when you're posting stories and stuff, people see that.
I meant to say stories. Actually, specifically.
Yeah, stories, like Instagram stories specifically, because you're posting yourself there, typically with lots of people doing cool stuff. People are always watching, like, oh, what's going on at this expo?
Right.
I should have gone. I'm like,
that person's there, this girl, that guy.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, they got the weightlifting competition. They got the NPC.
Exactly.
It's
the
like
MMA now.
Yeah. When, is it? No, just just jujitsu.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think they're adding to it.
Either way,
I feel like I saw kickboxing at one of them. One of the previous. I saw
definitely.
I think they had it at one of the previous when I saw it.
Yeah, definitely they had it.
They had a Ninja Warrior course and stuff.
Yeah. The Ninja Warrior courses are cool.
It's cool, really cool. Yeah.
What do you think? How do you think you could have in past ones done a better job of engagement on your end? Either with events or just in general, like around like the Fit Expo. At
Fit Expo, really, in my opinion, it's just about showing what's going on. Showing what you're doing there, showing who you're but showing just who you're hanging out with and what you're doing. Like if you're with your friends and you're at the Ninja Warrior course, climbing through, doing awesome stuff, just show it. I think it's all about just showing what you're doing.
You know what I thought was cool? I didn't. Oh yeah, I think I showed you. What CES is?
Yes.
CES is like the biggest tech event.
Yeah.
Is it biggest?
Yeah.
One of them.
Yeah, Consumer Electronics Show.
Yep.
Yeah.
180,000 people.
I went once a long time ago.
Okay.
I had a really weird side job, but anyway, that's another story. For another time.
I was a robot once.
Yeah. So I was a robot.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So that's going on right now. But I saw yesterday, National Rent-A-Car did a thing where they had, I showed you that, right?
Yep.
Yeah, National Rent-A-Car. They were doing, I don't even know if they were an official sponsor of it, but they were doing live interviews with this other guy they hired who's got a big tech following, and doing live interviews with him and just people on the floor. So
that's cool.
Right? And they're basically
people involved.
Yeah, and they put money behind it on Twitter, so they promoted it.
Cool.
So what they're doing is they're getting consumers involved who are all business, entrepreneur, people who are going to be driving rent-a-cars, traveling, yeah, that type of deal. But also what they're doing is probably not spending all the money that they would have spent at CES, but they're still getting all that exposure because they're talking about it. They were, not that they were trending. I guess if I had to follow like Vegas, maybe they would have been. But they were at the top of the conversation if you looked at CES yesterday. And I thought it was a cool thing to them just using that platform, like, hey, I'm at CES, to get there and grow their awareness.
I agree.
Just like if you're at the Fit Expo and you're like doing specific things are different, and how do you try to stand out besides just doing your normal crazy shit? Or do you just like do your normal crazy shit?
Are you asking me how I for me specifically, at an expo, I typically like to go and just kind of see what happens, see what's going on, checking, feeling the vibe and just acting accordingly. Yeah. Cause that's just kind of, I feel like that's just kind of my page. It's kind of my personality. Yeah. But on your point, I think it's really about knowing your niche, knowing what you do well, and then making sure that you're expressing that. So I think, for example, there's National Rent-A-Car, right? Yeah. I think a really good example here is it's National Rent-A-Car, and they're at the Consumer Electronics Show. In my opinion, those two really don't go together. So the fact that they were able to say, hey, like, what should we do here to like get some content? Oh, we'll send a guy in there, do some interviews. That's very smart thinking.
Hell
where it's
yeah.
like, because I mean, like, what are they really gonna do? Like, bring a car in there or something?
Right.
Point being is they realize our niche is rent a cars. That has nothing to do with CES, really, in my opinion. So how can we make this relatable? We'll send somebody in. We'll have them ask some questions that'll get people engaged. Boom. That's a great way to do content.
For sure.
So for me, because to on the flip side of that, a fitness expo, I do fitness. So that is my niche. So I guess I could go in there and ask questions to people if I wanted to.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's not
but I
your
mean, like
thing,
for
but-
me, it's more so going in there, having a good time, doing some fitness stuff, because that's what I do.
Yeah.
Now, good example would be if I was going into, let's say I was going to the CES, the Consumer Electronics Show, interviewing people might actually work too, because they're like, who is this guy with his shirt off interviewing people at an electronics show?
Right.
Do you even know anything about electronics? No, I don't, but I'm going to ask you questions.
Yeah.
So
But maybe they would teach you some things.
exactly. So I feel like a good example is that would probably work for, if I was going to go to CES, that would probably work for me too. That's a very good tactic. I
Sure.
think. So it's all about, again, knowing your niche, knowing what you do well, and understanding the market that you're going into.
For sure. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And I liked how they, if you look at it from an outside, maybe
Yeah.
it doesn't look like they fit, but of course, like the way they did it and how you said it, they did fit.
Exactly. And I'm not saying, again, I'm not saying that Enterprise doesn't fit there. I'm just saying.
National Rent-A-Car, sir.
Sorry, what I say?
Enterprise.
National Rental Car.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You could be the next OJ for National instead of Enterprise.
Yeah.
He was big back then. But they also, they have 24,000 followers on Twitter. 24,000? Something like that. And they had 14,000 viewers at the time I was watching.
Boom. That's huge.
Right?
Was
Like
that
to-
like
to-
70%, almost 70% right there. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's good math too.
Yeah, thanks.
Nice.
Thanks.
Dude,
I-
an
I- I was- I was
accountant.
accounting.
Yeah,
There
yeah,
you go.
accountant.
I was
Kidding
accounting.
me?
That should be
Kidding
an
me?
easy
It's
thing.
cheating.
70% engagement. That's ridiculous. That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's so
Right?
good. Yeah, that's
And,
crazy.
and I don't know how long they did it for. I think it was an hour. I assume they're doing it again today.
Crazy.
Right?
That's so good. Yeah.
Yeah. And of course, they put some money behind it on Twitter, so that's part of it. But people, as I watched for 20 minutes, people were staying on. People weren't popping off. So it was engaging enough. I thought it was interesting, and I didn't know anything. Remember, what they're talking about, there was a TV. And I don't know. I came in late to the interview.
A TV.
So a television from the future.
What is this?
Like the Jetsons.
Oh my
But he said, for instance, it was a 32-inch TV, and he said, well, what you can do now is just if you go to the space and you're like, oh wait, this is too small of a TV. I want a 75-inch TV now. You can just kind of pack on top of the outside of it.
With TVs.
Yeah.
To make it one, like
To
almost
make
if you're
it-
at like Best Buy or whatever, like you see like
That's
a big,
cool. Yeah, you
big
can
wall
just-
of
you put 'em
TVs,
together,
and they
yeah.
all work
Yeah.
together.
I don't know if it was that or you like put extra squares. I missed the beginning part of the important interview. The whole concept
Yeah.
of what they're talking about.
There's like this TV, and you can like stack them,
And you can
then
stack
you
'em.
have one big TV.
and then you plug them in together. But I thought it was like,
See, this is why fitness people should be at the show. This
yeah,
is
right?
so-
Exactly.
That's so cool.
Yeah, right? Dude, that's amazing.
Dude, let me stack them. Okay, wait.
Do you need help lifting those
Yeah,
things?
I got this.
Yeah.
Got this.
Right.
Yeah, no problem.
But I gathered that it was
This
like
TV
squares
weighs
you just
17
put
and a
up
half
there.
pounds. Exactly.
Snatch it.
Yeah.
But I liked it, regardless.
Yeah, no, I dig it.
I liked it.
It was cool. It was
What
like so cool.
Where do you think being at all these expos is like a brand that stands out that do a good job of exhibiting or
Yeah.
standing out? I guess in
Because
general.
this year you're not with a brand, but
No.
most of the years, or maybe every year, you've been doing something with a brand at a booth, right?
So I'm sorry. The question was, what brands are doing a good job of
standing out. Yeah, how do they? Because a lot of them are supplement companies. There's a lot of competition within there. Who stands out to you and why? Like, what do you think they did? that
I
stood
think
out?
somebody who's always, traditionally done a great job is bodybuilding.com. They do a great job of, having fun people at their booths. Their booths are usually, bright, cool looking, giving out great stuff. I think any booth really that has something going on or something for people to do or interact with is going to be great. I think World Calisthenics Organization does a really good job. They always have their big bar set up. It's open. You can go in there and, play on the bars, or they have people that will teach you stuff. I go sometimes and hang out and like teach people stuff.
Oh, cool.
But again, any booth that I think is vibrant, has good marketing, good signs, and has something that people can physically do is going to be great. And it creates an experience. I think anytime that you're creating a user experience, people are going to come engage with that. If you just have a booth that just has like a sign and it's just a guy sitting there, you're not inspired to go up to that booth and engage with that guy. It's like almost weird. You're like, I'm not going to go there. But if you go by a booth that has like big signs and it's like got maybe some cool music and everything's kind of bright and people are in there doing cool things, having a good time, you're like, I want to go have a good time.
What are they
You know?
doing?
I want to get in there.
I want to be the one smiling here.
Yeah, I want to go smile with those people. Like, that looks
Yeah.
amazing. I'm going to go do that.
Yeah.
So I think that's really what's going to capture, live engagements at an expo or at the Fit Expo.
Yeah. It amazes me how many, not Fit Expo per se, but I've seen it at the Fit Expo too, but any event and you go there and someone's just chilling behind a table.
Yeah,
like,
you don't
what
want,
are you
Or they're
doing?
on their phone or something.
Yeah, like on the phone, exactly. You got to be like doing something cool. And again, I think having something for people to do is key. And then you can be standing there like, hey, come do this. Come do a pull-up. Come do a pull-up.
Yeah.
You know, I think, was it Nate? If they're watching this, they're going to hate me. One of the armed forces branches.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember.
Is it Navy? I think.
I don't want to make a mistake. I'm not going to say. I don't know.
Armed Forces.
One of the amazing branches of the armed forces, because they're all amazing.
Yes.
Has traditionally has a booth where they have a pull-up bar and they have gear, like military gear you can wear, including like a weighted vest and backpack, and literally the gear that soldiers wear and do pull-ups, so you can really feel what these soldiers are going through on a daily basis, having to lug all this gear around. So you can go in and put it on, do some pull-ups, and that's kind of just a cool thing right there. It's super simple, but it's cool because you can be like, oh wow, I can see what these guys are wearing. You put it on, you kind of experience what soldiers are going through.
Yeah.
So I think that's
a cool idea.
Yeah, I think that was a really cool thing.
I like what the Fit Expo 2 specifically is an event where you're going there, you're expecting to move a little bit, or most people at least are. So like to have somewhere to do something like that. Like
exactly.
We did our dude Tony at Box and Burn. They came in and had a huge setup. Was it Anaheim or was it LA?
No, it was LA.
Last year, 2 years ago. Anyway, it was
2 years
super.
ago.
They brought in a boxing ring and had a bunch of trainers there.
Oh, that's sick.
They had it was really cool. And you're on the mitts.
Yeah,
Tony's
put the
a former
gloves on. See,
Olympian.
that's dope.
And they also had a punch meter thing, so you punch.
See how hard your
or how many times in a minute or something.
They were doing timed in a minute.
It was really cool.
See, that's really cool. I love that. I love that.
Yeah, and there was a line. There's people there, so there's a line to do the punch thing. Then they have groups inside the ring. It's also Instagrammable as shit because people want to post
create some cool content.
Me do, hey, video me do, on the mitts with this guy or whatever. I thought it was cool.
Yeah,
I like when people do different stuff because a lot of people it's very easy to just go there, put up your sign. Even if you're a supplement company and you have your pre-workout, try this pre-workout and it tastes similar to the other pre-workout you just had 2 minutes ago. But to bring them in and have them stop and do something is a big deal.
I mean, realistically speaking, marketing is marketing. Whether you're at a Fit Expo, whether you're going, posting on social media, it's all about understanding, either understanding your product, whether that's you or whether that's a supplement, understanding the key attributes of it, and then how to basically relate that to people, and in person, that's about, this interaction, creating a relationship with somebody, being able to talk to somebody saying, hey, come try my supplements. They're right here. Like, they're amazing. Try this pre-workout, having them try it and having them like it. And then, creating that relationship. And on social media, it's the same thing. You're saying, hey, come check out my video. It's really cool. This workout's great. And then they come watch it and they kind of get a piece of your personality too. So I think, that relationship is very important, whether it's through social media or in person. That's what's going to create kind of that lasting bond and going to help your business grow.
For sure.
Yeah.
Anything else, Timothy? Scotty Mathison, we appreciate you coming by.
Good. Thanks for having me, guys.
Of course.
My second podcast was amazing.
See you in 2 weeks at the.
We will
Fit
see you in
Expo.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
And then hopefully not wait again till the next Fit
No,
Expo
you know
to hang
what?
out. What?
It wasn't. We saw him at Equinox on the rooftop.
Oh yeah, we did.
In West Hollywood.
Yes, rooftop.
That's right.
I love that gym.
Yeah, that's so
rooftop
cool.
vibes. Yeah.
That gym's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's the spot it's actually West LA. I don't think it's West Hollywood.
Okay.
Equinox Sports Club LA. On Sepulveda. Yeah, love that gym.
Yeah,
it's so great. It's a big turf up top. They have bars. They have tires to flip. It's
an amazing setup. The turf, they have boxing bags, pull-up bars, tons of fun stuff to play with, and just the setting with that rooftop with an open skyline.
Yeah.
Amazing.
If they just had that alone and nothing under the 3 floors, that'd be a perfect gym.
But then there might actually be people up there.
Right. That's true. No one goes there. No one goes up there.
It's great.
When we film up there, it's always empty.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
I forgot we saw him there.
Yep.
That's funny. Scotty, anyway, we thank you for your time. We'll see you in 10 days?
Ish.
20 days. 20 days, actually.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thanks, dude.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you for listening to that podcast with Scott. As always, we thank you for your time. If you like good coffee, go to ourcitycoffee.com. Use the code BS and get 15% off your next bag of coffee. Until next time, goodbye.